The double biceps, it is in the contract a legal requirement every single time we appear on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hollywood Matt Connelly live show with the special guest on the show who'll get his own intro in a second. I've got to hit the double biceps because it is in the contract a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera. Right there it is. That's one there. That's another one right there. And the man who needs no introduction but gets the longest introduction of all, it is none other than the co-host, the co-founder, the co-breather Revere, the co-wearer of clothes in this very room. It is none other than the King of Sting, the Count of Monte Cristo. It is Thunderlips, the ultimate male. It is the winner of the Dave Stockbridge of the Year Award, the 30-something or another years in a row, inaugural years that he's won that award, and he will hopefully pick it up again for 2025. Was able to get it, secure it for 2024, so another congratulations to you there, and it is your friend and mine. It is none other than Dave Stockbridge. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much for that very warm welcome. As always, Hollywood Matt Connelly, and what an exciting week it's been in the world of arm wrestling, and we are getting closer and closer to Knuckles Up this January the 25th, only a matter of a couple of weeks away. And of course, one of the stars making his debut on the Knuckles Up stage is, of course, Riekerd Bornman.
That's right, absolutely. Well, let's have a quick little review as to who Riekerd Bornman is. You put together a fantastic video package, which we will check out right now. Let me just load that up for everybody, and I'll hit the play button because that will help a lot rather than a still image. Here we go.
Love it.
Riekerd Bornman's rise in the world of arm wrestling has been nothing short of stunning. Since Riekerd burst on the scene at AWE 2, the arm wrestling world has been abuzz by the potential of the big South African.
I got a call from Ryan Pine. He said, "We may have just found our next world champion."
I've always been the strongest between my friends. Men like me, we love power.
19 years old, Riekerd Bornman was hanging with some of the best arm wrestlers in Australia.
The impression that you made the first time I gripped you a few weeks ago, it blew me out of the water.
Standing at 6'3" tall and weighing 120 kilos, Riekerd Bornman could be the future.
Monster. 10 years old, stay in South Africa.
All my life, I was jacked.
Fast forward a few months from there, and Riekerd Bornman was on the biggest stage in Australian arm wrestling at AWE 2 at the hallowed Adelaide Oval. This iconic sporting venue was home to AWE 2 and has been home to many memorable sporting debuts over the years, taking on Mario Tembakis, who has already a very impressive resume, has already been at the top of the amateur tree for a very long time. Mario Tembakis had also just recently returned from a very successful tour of the United States, and his credentials were well known. Riekerd Bornman at AWE 2 didn't win, but what he did do was serve notice to the heavyweights of the world that he was on his way. Riekerd continued to develop as an arm wrestler throughout the duration of 2023, training with the Kingpins and anybody he could get on the table with. Over Christmas 2023, Riekerd returned to South Africa to spend Christmas with his family. During that time, his brother became his main training partner, and it was during these training sessions that Riekerd learned how to bring in his shoulder and press. Previously, Riekerd had very much been a top roller, but it was this newfound strength as a presser that would bring him AWE glory. As we were formulating who it was that would be part of our 8-man double elimination tournament to decide who will be the AWE heavyweight champion, it became obvious that Riekerd had to be in the mix. He was seeded 5th, and at the top level was still very much an unknown quantity. We wouldn't have been surprised if Riekerd happened to finish at the bottom half of the top 8, but as it turns out, Riekerd had other plans. Riekerd demolished 7 of the top arm wrestlers in the Southern Hemisphere. Former Latvian super heavyweight champion Gunter Baikovs, New Zealand champion Matei Urungi, the Beast Peter Morris, and former Australian champion Riekerd. It seemed on the day no one could get close to the raw horsepower of Riekerd Bornman, as the 20-year-old took care of the best of the Southern Hemisphere seemingly with ease, surprising the arm wrestling world. And what many of you might not be aware of was that after an hour of afterpool, where all of Riekerd's competitors had an opportunity to try their very best and alternative strategies in order to beat him, he still remained undefeated. Just a few minutes after, Lachlan Adair appeared, fresh, and jumped on the table with Riekerd Bornman and suffered a similar fate to the other 7 competitors at AWE Grand Prix. It seems Riekerd Bornman has arrived. Riekerd Bornman has served notice to the arm wrestling world that he is here to be maybe the greatest super heavyweight that arm wrestling has ever seen. And at just 20 years of age, he's got at least another 4 decades ahead to prove that.
Daddy, I did it for you, and I miss you guys a lot, and this means a lot to me. You guys are so special to me. Thank you for making me part of this. And yeah, arm wrestling, let's go.
Fantastic video package there that you put together, and yes, really encapsulated the story of Riekerd Bornman's rise there, and we're very much looking forward to his first international superstar match against Don Hollywood Underwood. It'll be taking place at Knuckles Up on the 25th of January. So yes, I can't wait to see that.
And can I get your thoughts? How do you think this matchup plays out?
Well, I think it's the right match to make from several different angles. And you've got Don Underwood coming back from injury, from surgery, from having time away from the table. He's reinvigorated himself and he's looking fantastic. He's looking in shape. He's got abs. He's been pushing himself very, very hard, and he wants to prove that he's still part of the elite guys in the world. At one time, he may have been considered the best arm wrestler on the planet, and he, I think, would always want to recapture at least some level near that again. And I think all the issues that he had to face with injuries and that sort of thing really frustrated him for many years. Now that that has been resolved and he's able to get back to training and he's been pushing himself to new extreme limits, he is ready to prove that he's still one of the guys at the absolute top level. So matching him up against a rising superstar like Riekerd Bornman, who is doing tremendous things in the sport of arm wrestling, especially from our point of view, from the Australian side of things, you know, stepping in on his very first night at one of the top clubs in the country and hanging with the best guys in the country is just unheard of. And, you know, to only be, I think, what is he now, like a year and a half into coming up on 2 years that he's been arm wrestling. He's won a national title in arm wrestling here in Australia. He's won the AWE Grand Prix 1. He won the AWE Grand Prix 2. He won a left-handed match against Marcus Atirai. And yeah, his only fault was his first outing with AWE at AWE 2, where he took on Mario Tembakis. So to see the match take place for him to get an opportunity to say to the world, hey, look, the hype is real. Like, believe what you see. And to start him off against somebody like Hollywood Don Underwood, I think is the perfect opponent. It's not somebody who's sitting at the elite level right now, that you'd be like, okay, well, we'll just put you at the elite level instantly. It's like, no, let's build him up. Let's get him the right opponents first. Don Underwood is a fantastic salesman as well, full of charisma. He's going to make this match super exciting, and it's going to be something very, very interesting to watch.
Well, to me, Hollywood Don Underwood, he is one of these, almost a George Foreman-esque like figure in the world of arm wrestling. He's somebody who's now reinventing himself. Maybe this is the final incarnation, the final big push for glory and attention on the table once more. He wants to work his way back into the mix. He's made it very, very clear. He wants to be hanging with the elites once more. He sees himself still with another good 5 or so years left, and he's working very, very hard to make sure that he is match fit, that he is physically ready. And of course, with all of this experience, he's coming to the table with all of the table IQ of somebody who's been in the sport for decades, longer than his opponent on the other side of the table's been alive.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah, for sure. It's a very exciting matchup, and it's going to be taking place in something is New Jersey, isn't it? That they run out of for Knuckles Up. So yeah, we've been getting.
Is it the Barrymore
There you
Theatre,
go.
I believe. So you can still get tickets. So jump online, buy yourself some tickets right now. So if you want to see it all live and in person, definitely head over to the website now, the High Five, and reserve your tickets now. You don't want to miss out.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure that anybody who is in that scene or in local to that area knows about Knuckles Up. They should have hopefully been attending their shows in the past, and they're doing tremendous things for the sport of arm wrestling and giving opportunities for athletes that may never get that platform in any other manner. So people that are coming from Australia, from Thailand, from Japan, from South Africa, from these regions where they have amazing arm wrestlers, but they just never get that international exposure because of geographical location. So to see a promotion going out and saying, well, we know these guys are incredible, we know that they're amazingly talented, and we're going to give them the opportunity, and we're going to showcase their skills to the world, I think it's really tremendous.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And so Riekerd is definitely one of those athletes that is creating a buzz in the world of arm wrestling, having really burst on the scene in the last 12 or so months. And every time he comes out, he does something special. And as you said before, no one's going to besmirch him for losing in his first outing to somebody as highly esteemed and credentialed as Mario Tambakis, who is also on the card there at Knuckles Up this on the 25th. So the Mario Tambakis is an outstanding athlete, and now taken very, very seriously around the world as a heavyweight, and continues to exceed all expectations. And so it's very interesting that both of those athletes they cross paths there at AWE2, and it might be a very, very long time before those paths cross again, as both athletes have really diverged now, and Riekerd's really got another 20 or so kilograms on Mario, and seems like he's still so young, he's still growing. So there's every chance that it's going to be really difficult to see those guys fairly matched into the future. So it's a real gift to be able to have those guys very early on in Riekerd's career come together under the AWE banner there at AWE2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was an amazing moment, and there was a lot of questions going into it because we knew Mario's skill set, we knew Mario's experience and his ability to play the game in the setup and get what he needs to run his game effectively. But there was that unknown question of, well, is that even going to be a factor if Riekerd Bornman is strong enough to just overpower that? And it did feel that way in the first. Are you talking to me, Dave? Or you? No. Hey, is he on? Oh, he's on the camera, right? We'll have to get him on the actual show. Dave's probably working on that at the moment. We did send him the link. He just needs to click the link and he'll be able to jump in with us. But yes, up until then, we'll figure this out. I think Dave has muted his microphone for us, but
There we go. We are back. Yeah, sorry. That was the star of the show, of course, just seeking to jump in on the podcast. So Riekerd is waiting now for the link and will be soon joining us.
It's in the group chat, but I'll send it to him again.
So
where are we? Can we quickly jump in? Yes, you can, Riekerd. Here is the link.
Oh yeah, you did. There it is. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So whilst we're waiting for Riekerd, something very exciting that happened a year or so ago when Riekerd returned home for Christmas was, well, he came back seemingly 20% stronger. So that was, I don't know what Mum was feeding him whilst he was over there, but he found in his younger brother a fantastic training partner, and I think we're about to meet that young man. This is his brother to the arm wrestling world. Riekerd, thanks for joining us.
Good day, gentlemen. Thank you so much for having us.
Hello.
And perhaps there are a few men on the planet that are better able to introduce their brother to the world of arm wrestling than you, Riekerd. So perhaps you might want to share who it is that's sitting right next to you with the arm wrestling world right now.
Sorry for that. This is my younger brother, 16 years old, weighing 110 kgs. We both actually started at the same time, but this past year, he probably got bitten by the bug a bit more. And he's becoming a serious threat on the table and super, super, super strong. For a 16-year-old, it's incredible. I think if this guy wasn't my brother, I would really be afraid of him. But yes, I'm super happy to see that he really enjoys the sport. He tries to learn a lot, very similar to me. Our styles is not comparable, but the way he pulls is insane. It's insane, and I can see the technicality is really starting to improve, and his top end strength is just keeps on going. And another thing that truly impresses me is so as a new guy, I've experienced a lot of pain training with top guys and strong guys, and with my little brother. I give the strength to myself. I am strong, and when I go on the table, I give him some gas, but he doesn't feel any pain. He can go day after day after day. He does the same training as me on the table with weights and all that, and he's never in pain. Where I have to rest some days, he'll just go on and do some blood flow. So that's one thing that I'm really excited for him, because in the past that used to be a thing that it sets you back a bit, and you feel a bit you feel negative. But I'm through that stage now, and just to see him, he keeps on going and going and going and going. That truly motivates me and makes me jealous. So yeah, I hope that's a better introduction. This is my younger brother Duvan Bornman. Say to the guys.
Hello everyone. It's an honor to be on your stream.
Great to meet you, my friend. We've heard a lot about you. Duvan, so Riekerd says that you've gotten into the sport a little bit more recently. Is that because you've seen the success that Riekerd has had, and you're sort of like, well, if he's doing it, I'm going to be doing it as well?
Yes. Now I look up to my brother a lot, and I just want to be part of him. So if he's now here, we're training together, and it's like we motivate each other. So
and so you mentioned before you came across the sport.
Are we single okay?
Yeah.
Yep. So how did you both discover the sport of arm wrestling? How did you both discover the sport of arm wrestling?
So my story is I discovered it watching YouTube. Yeah, so I discovered it. I was watching YouTube, and it's at the WAL series. I fell in love with the sport by watching Devin versus Dave Chafee and Michael Todd and Jerry Cadderat. That was just that moment in the sport truly made me fall in love with it. And you see, the thing is, as a guy that likes strength and training and all that, there's always arm wrestling involved. You want to test yourself against a friend or whatever, and that's basically how it started. So we went to school, pulled our friends on the desks and everywhere, even in the air. You just want to grip up with someone, but we never knew that there's a professional side in arm wrestling. You know, I watched the videos on YouTube. Yes, I understood that, but it didn't feel like it's possible to be an athlete yourself. You know, and so yes, and I think it's the same for him, because I'm the older brother and showing him the videos and gripping up with him and showing him all the training videos.
So you're like looking for a training partner at home. You're looking for a training partner. You're seeing the videos. You're getting excited. You're like, all right, Duvan, come over here. This is how you do it. This is let's go.
Yeah, just put on a few bands and let's go. But let me tell you, it's getting close. So one of these days, the bands won't be necessary anymore. So yes, I'm super excited for that. I think the next visit back in South Africa is gonna be mental. I think my eyes will just. That's why I can't wait for his first match. Even here in South Africa, I can't wait for his next tournament. I truly want to see what he's learned, and because I've learned from legends now. Ryan Bowen, Lachlan Ade, my experience level has truly gone up. So I'm super excited to see how his performance will improve in tournaments and his setup and all that kind of stuff. Because his strength is insane for a 16-year-old. It's insane. Like the video I sent you guys last night of him hanging with one arm. He's 110 kg body weight and he's truly strong. And when he gets you into hook, he takes your pronator and he will keep your pronator, and you will have to try to get through his arm. It's truly something spectacular.
And that's very, very impressive, and for somebody so young as well. And in a sport where typically it can take decades to get that level of conditioning and specific strength in the joints and the tendons. And Duvan, you've seemingly you're 16 years old and you're there already. It's very, very impressive. And so when your brother's not around, Duvan, who is it that you're training with?
So I took a lot of videos at school that while we like doing arm wrestling, because we have this one subject in school. It's called landbouw. What's it in English?
It's like farming,
when we're in that subject, then there's a lot of my friends, like also strong friends, and we never work in that subject. So
that's arm wrestling training time.
Yeah, so we like cool there, and I just until Riekerd got home, nobody could beat me. So I never lost a match right hand for like a year.
Wow.
And I've gone against I've gone to some clubs.
Yeah, you have your own club.
Yeah.
Tell them about your club. This is actually really exciting. So this is really cool for me. So when I came back, I heard my brother join a club down in Three Rivers. It's a place near us. And I was driving there, and I saw this massive board, arm wrestling sign next to the road. Sorry, gentlemen. Just put my foot there, thank you. And it was so cool to see this big, like a billboard next to the road with arm wrestling on it. So yeah, there's a new club opened close to us. So when I was still here, that club wasn't open, then I probably would have gone there, you know, because I didn't know where to go. Everyone is a bit further away from me, you know. So I'm super happy for my brother that there's a club 15 to 20 minutes from home.
Yeah, well, if you guys have got some food there, eat up, because I just got one more question for you before we head off. Tell us about Armdruk and the whole arm wrestling scene there in South Africa at the moment.
Armdruk is groot.
How do you say that again?
Armdruk is groot.
Yes,
Armdruk. Yes. The last piece is good. Yes. Yeah. So it means arm wrestling. Armdruk is groot, big. So arm wrestling is big.
Arm wrestling is big. Oh yeah. And so that was the name of the tournament. Is that right?
That's the name of the promotion. Let's say that.
Oh, that's the promotion.
They're trying to make it bigger and bigger and bigger.
Ah, so that's like an AWE in South Africa.
Exactly the
Gotcha.
same. Yes. So that was the second one that I got invited to. Yes.
Fantastic. And how did that go? Just run us through your experiences of it.
Dave, it's incredible. I'm truly so happy. I'm so happy. When I showed up, I actually got shocked at how big the guys are. When I saw Terence Opperman for the first time again, that guy is a big dude, eh? He's a big dude. His form, you can see that's a arm wrestling guy. You don't mess with him. And while I was there, I can't help myself wondering what the scene would look like if it's top 5 South Africans versus top 5 Aussies. That would be
Oh.
incredible, because I truly think the competition level it'll be so cool. It was so cool. And so my experience as an athlete with Armdrukkers Groot was incredible. They treated me with so much respect. I'm actually so happy that I got the opportunity, because you can only compete in that league if you had like a national win behind your name. And since I haven't started arm wrestling in South Africa, I never went to that big tournaments and whatever. So I got invited, and I'm truly blessed to have been there. I almost got beaten on the left arm. That guy was super strong. That was probably the hardest match of my life. Hardest match of my life.
Yeah.
He forced me into a hook and with a left, and I don't like to go with my left because I don't train my left. Arm wrestling specific stuff.
Yeah.
So with the top roll, I'm okay on the left, because I've learned a few stuff. But he forced that hook on me. It was my own mistake, because I was just on the spot, and I knew my family's watching me, and that was the biggest honor for me to know that. Oh, I'm so lucky to be here, because my family can watch me. I'm only here for 3 months, but I'm so happy that my family can witness what it's like, the arm wrestling scene, and that was truly special to me. And so yeah, almost got beat, but pulled it through. So yeah, and that's why I think it will be because that guy I faced, I would like to see him versus Marcus. It will be incredible.
Okay, well, food for thought, and thank you very much, gentlemen. I know you're squeezing us into your very, very busy schedule, and you've only got really limited time left together as a family until 2025 really kicks off and takes you both off in different directions. So we want to thank you both for your time together. It's fantastic to introduce Duvan to the world as well. And Riekerd, of course, I will be talking in the lead up to your Knuckles Up matchup against Hollywood Don Underwood. And so if people want to buy tickets to that, they still can by heading over to the High Five website, and of course buy the pay-per-view and tune in, because you're about to see a superstar enter the international arena in Riekerd Bornman. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you so much for having us. It's a massive honor. Thank you so much for putting a spotlight on my little brother. Exciting things to come. I promise you guys, it's
awesome,
coming.
Guys. There it is. There it is. Well done, gentlemen.
Cheers, guys. Have a good day. Happy New Year. May God be blessed.
Thanks,
See you guys soon.
Fantastic.
Two fantastic young men, and such supportive parents. They're both their parents are right behind them in their journey, and super supportive, and they see the potential that their boys have, and it's absolutely amazing to see them. And Duvan at 16, 110 kilos already. I mean, there aren't too many 16-year-olds on the planet that have that raw physical potential. I mean, if you've gripped up with junior champions as well, when you're over in India, young Abbas, it's a very, very strong young man, but he's not 6'3" either, and he's not at 110 kilos.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. This is what's fun about this sport, is that you're getting people who are athletes who have the ability to move into any sport that they choose and be successful because they've got the physical genetic ability. And they're now choosing arm wrestling as their sport, which is just absolutely incredible, because, it seems to be the majority of the people that are doing arm wrestling, they do arm wrestling because they absolutely love it. It's the passion of the sport, it's the appreciation of it, it's the community aspect, it's all of those sorts of things that drive somebody's desire to continue in the sport of arm wrestling. Whereas in a lot of other sports, it can be the financial reasons. So somebody that gets born and then they are growing like a weed, and it's like, this person's obviously going to be incredibly tall. they probably should get into basketball and they could make off a lot of money. And maybe they don't like basketball, but it's like, well, I'm 7 foot tall. This is a great opportunity to win millions of dollars, not win, but earn millions of dollars through a potential athletic career. But it's the difference I can see between the people that love the sport and do it, because there isn't a lot of money in arm wrestling at this point in time, and we're hoping to improve that, and we're seeing bigger promotions come through, and places like the World Series of Arm Wrestling with huge big prize pools, that people can actually look at this and say, maybe I want to be doing this as a professional athlete, and this is the sport that I'm choosing to go to rather than football or cricket or whatever. It's like, I'm going to do arm wrestling and I'm going to have a career in that.
Well, Hollywood Matt Connelly, we're at the half-hour mark. Should we turn it over to the comments and see what the people out there
Absolutely.
in the world
We've got a few familiar faces here. We've got Fox 8 Ball, who's jumped in, and he's very excited. He's written a lot of comments in a row, which I'm going to bring up really fast right now. See that? See that one? That one was my favorite.
Sifting through them.
And then he got confused. He's confused himself. It says, is it Riekerd versus Don? It is Riekerd versus Don. 25th of January in Knuckles Up. The boy might be Aussie's #1, and we just don't know it yet. That's true. Lachlan Adair is the considered #1, but we would love to see a match between the two of them. Maybe in the future we'll see that happen. Josh Barker is
there seems to be a lot of
absolutely. Josh Barker, one of the best Australian arm wrestlers, especially the best Australian arm wrestler under 70 kilos, taking down giants. We have a great match on our AWE Underground channel of Josh Barker going against a 150 kilo man and handling him with confidence and I'd like to say ease, but I don't want to be rude to Tyson because he's a great arm wrestler as well. But
well, I gripped up with Tyson and I had absolutely nothing. So absolutely nothing. Yeah. And it gives you an indication as to how strong Josh Barker is at 70 kilos. He is a weapon.
Absolutely. Rob Barlow says that he's looking forward to visiting the club again. Always great when people are able to get along to arm wrestling clubs, and even if you're just going there to have a look.
Yeah, and if people are in Adelaide and they do want to drop in and meet you in person, you are there every Sunday, and that's at the Kilburn Community Club, which is about 10 minutes north of Adelaide CBD. All the taxi drivers know where it is, so just let them know Titans Arm Wrestling Club, and you can meet Hollywood Matt Connelly in person next time you're in Adelaide.
I like how you said meet and beat, because that's probably what will happen. If you're any good, then you'll probably win. So maybe don't come, because then you're meant to put that. Eastside Arm Wrestling has jumped in here as well. He says, evening, gents. Always great to see you in here as well. Southeast Asia doing big things, and we're looking forward to some big things in 2025 for not only the Southeast Asian region, North America, Europe, Australia, South Africa. It's going to be a big time for.
And Greg's got his own big matchup coming up very, very soon as well, hasn't he?
He did have a matchup coming up, but unfortunately that whole event was not able to go forwards. There was some issue with sponsorship money or something, so it has been postponed at this point.
Oh, that's no good.
Yes, but it frees him up for something else.
Maybe something else.
Some other thing. But
announcements pending.
Yes.
Okay. So what else have we got going on here in the comments before we head off?
Fox 8 Ball was dominating the comments, but he did have a good moment here where he. Oh, that was me. Sorry. No, it was this
you were dominating in the comments.
Yeah. So Connor Sale versus Matt Smith, round 2 next weekend at Arm Gods. These two gentlemen had one of the best arm wrestling matches I've ever seen at Arm Gods Valhalla in Ireland when I was over there last year. And
this is the one where, was it Connor threw up outside?
Yeah.
And then came back to the table and finished off the match.
Yeah, we had no idea what he was
huge.
doing. Because
Wow.
he told the referees, but we couldn't hear him. And he's just, from our point of view, he's standing at the table. Then he's like holding his stomach. Then he says something, and then he just walks through the crowd and kicks open the emergency exit door at the back of the room and walks out. We're like, what's he doing? Is he coming back? Did he just quit? Is the match over? But they had a 1 minute timeout rule in Arm Gods, which is different. I haven't seen that before. So you have your minute break between rounds, but then at any stage, you can ask for your 1 minute. You only get one, I think, a 1 minute timeout. And he was like, I'm going to use my 1 minute timeout. And he ran for it. He made it back in time. So, yeah.
And
well done to you.
Before we head off, perhaps, Hollywood Matt Connelly, your final thoughts on Riekerd Bornman's debut at Knuckles Up, 25th of January. What did you have a score prediction for us? Do you have a sense as to how it's going to go down stylistically, and who's going to walk away with the win?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting match. It's one of those things that the fun thing about it is it's almost a 50-50 where you could say, look, I don't think there's a clear, obvious winner here. I think on form, I would be siding towards Riekerd. He seems to just continuously get better and better every single time we see him on the table. Don is still on that comeback trail, and I don't think he has hit his absolute peak form as of yet, but it has been several months since we've seen him competing in matches, so maybe he has, and we'll get to see that on January the 25th. But he is a very explosive top roller, and we will see how Riekerd's press handles that.
Score, what do you think?
I think it's first to 4. I would say, I reckon 4-2 for Riekerd.
Okay, I'm going to go 4-1 for Riekerd. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be super exciting. Riekerd Bornman, Knuckles Up, 25th of January. Head over, buy the pay-per-view if you haven't already. And if you are in New Jersey, well, you can go to the Barrymore Theatre and watch it in person. So buy your tickets online. You know where to go to do all of that. Hollywood Matt Connelly, thanks so much again. It's always a pleasure to be live and with the world talking about arm wrestling with you.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And we'll finish with the little video package that we've created as well. So thanks again, and have a great night, everyone. Hollywood Matt Connelly with the double biceps. It is in the contract a legal requirement every single time we appear on camera.